3, 2, 1. Sound break.
That's our signal.
All right. The bat signal's up. You want me to start? Or are you gonna start?
No, go ahead. Just introduce us and let us know what the hell's going on.
All right. This is MDP Sessions podcast, video, blog, something.
Is it 7 or 8?
No,
or 9.
I think this is gonna be 10 or 11
Really?
or maybe
Wow,
something like that.
far
Because
off.
I got a couple I haven't even
Gotcha. Right on.
processed yet. So I'm gonna make it 11 because
that's why I figured we'd try and land.
that's my number, my birthday, all that blah blah blah, magical unicorn bullshit.
Right on. Well, speaking of which, let's just jump right into it. We're gonna switch roles this time. Billy won't be interviewing anybody today. He'll be interviewed by moi.
There you go.
So that's how this one's gonna go. So this will be the TruckerBilly episode.
All right.
And let's start it off pretty easily. Like what a lot of people want to know is, why are you so gay?
The day I met Porno Matthew Schuster, I became gay.
All right.
Because the gay stands for
Gay.
gay. Yeah.
Yeah, well, this isn't the 40s. It's not happy time.
Yeah, right.
It's not happy gay.
Yeah.
It's not Betty Boop.
Well,
freaking
his name Porno stands for gay porn. So
it's not a Betty Boop freaking song that has gay in it.
yeah, I started to have a little bit of a run-on sentence there.
Yeah. All right. Well, no, let's jump into it.
All right.
First, let's go right into Billy. Like, tell us how Billy grew up. Tell us how Trucker started as a little kid and where he started at.
Gonna have to try and keep this one tight.
Yeah, right.
There was a lot of action in my youth. Let me tell you. Born to a Marine and his wife, my mother and father. They divorced early, so I spent a lot of time back and forth between them. I was actually born in San Diego, but before I was 18 years old, I had lived in all over Southern California, Washington State, Utah, Texas, South Carolina. No, North Carolina. I think that's it. But yeah, and then
so traveling is in your blood.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Most of us.
Yeah, I definitely it's wanderlust forever, Yeah, but the majority of my growing up was Southern California, between San Diego and Camarillo, which is up by Oxnard, Ventura, just north of LA. Yeah,
right on the California bend, out towards the west.
Yeah, really nice weather. Way too much fucking traffic. Yeah.
Still that way. It hasn't changed.
Yeah, it's a trip to go through that area now, because I left there when I was 14 years old, Camarillo, and now there's, where it was just all crops all the way around the little community. Now there's just, that's part of getting old, I guess, but there's giant movie theaters, giant shopping malls, way more track homes. We're like, well, where the fuck are they growing the food now?
Turn them into rats, man. Live like rats.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I could never live in a skyscraper, man. I think about that, and I'm just like, those are just cages, man.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Fuck.
So, all right. So we got a little bit of your youth, and I guess we'll keep it tight that way. And you mentioned your dad and your mom. So tell us a little bit more about your dad.
Dad was a 14-year Marine, then went to civil service. He had a unique career in the Marine Corps, because he got to work like 3 or 4 different types of jobs. Normally, when you get an MOS, which is your job in the military, that's what you do for your career. But he actually started as a sniper and scout, and then went into the Armory. From the Armory, he went to the flight line on helicopters, and just towards the end there, he was going for warrant officer status or something, but then they offered him early retirement, and got out and went right back to it. But he was back on the flight line working on like F-4 Phantom drones, so they could blow him out of the sky and shit. So
awesome.
Yeah. Then mom was did a bunch of secretarial work, and then ended up as a property appraiser, and now she's got a doctorate in psychology. And awesome. And she did all that in like the last 8 years, so at 64 years old now, she's a working therapist, psychotherapist, or something like that. I don't even know the whole details, but she's a.
So, moving on to that, seeing that your family's pretty well educated, tell us more about your education, because we all know that you're pretty well spoken. You have a knowledge of a lot of stupid crap.
I do.
And how you come about that. Give us more about that.
90% self-taught, to be honest. I didn't even graduate high school. So
that's usually the best one. That's the best way to do it. Honestly.
Yeah. I got kicked out with just a few credits to go at the end of the senior year, and they moved me to a continuation school where I got in a bunch of fights, and then moved me to another and I wasn't the one starting the fights.
No, we know you're a dickbag.
Yeah, but anyway, so I got revolved through like a specialized classroom, then a continuation, and a continuation. I was finally like, just fuck this, you know. And I got my GED and I didn't even study, and I got that thing in like 2 months, and I was like, fuck it, good enough, whatever.
Definitely. Well, I mean, in the area of us growing up, GEDs or high school diplomas is what everybody looked for. Now they're demanding associates and bachelors.
Yeah.
And I mean, we see it all day long. Like kids aren't, they're not going anywhere with those degrees anyways, because they don't have that field knowledge, and that's where you get it, is when I guess more people either older than us or at our age, that's where they learned a lot of that stuff, is basically in the streets. Or self-taught knowledge.
I mean, there's just like everything else in life, there's multiple paths to one ultimate goal or spot or wherever you're trying to go. I mean, there's just like anything you do, you can find multiple paths and ways, and some people go the college route, some people go the learning on the job route, and just whatever works for somebody. I didn't necessarily do it by choice, because like I kept trying to go. I took a couple months off. My very next year, 18 years old, I went to started junior college, trying to expand my horizons and my knowledge, and I just couldn't float my own boat. I couldn't pay the bills and keep school going, and maybe I wasn't managing it the right way. And hindsight, because I was still trying to own a motorcycle and a car. If I was willing to ride a bus and eat crackers or some shit, but yeah, I still wanted to be at the pool hall gambling all night long, and my usual shit. Back then when I was a kid, so it was hard to maintain a lifestyle and school, and I went for lifestyle, because I ended up getting jobs that paid really good, really quick. I mean, it was all blue collar shit, but I went in as a prepper at an auto body shop, and within 3 months I was one of the body guys flagging hours. And back then, like what flag hours is if a job pays 8 hours, you do it in 3, but you still get paid the 8. And it was only $12.50 or $15 an hour, but still,
which was still good in that time.
And then but on top of it, I'd knock out 12 hours of work in 4 or 5 hours. So I basically I was paying myself 2.5 times what everybody else was getting. I was probably making $30 an hour, and that was 93, 92, 93.
30's old.
Yeah. So,
so might as well maintain the fluidity of this and ask how you and the wife met, and the the relationship between you and Rachel.
Me and Rach met through a mutual friend. One of my many career paths, I worked for Ralph's grocery store, and then I worked at one, and then a buddy I went to high school worked at another one, and then he was friends with Rachel and another guy. Well, the other guy, he was this cat Simon. He was from England. It was a weird deal, because he'd already graduated high school and was basically considered an adult at 15 and a half, 16 years old or something, and so he was a good dude, and we hung out a lot. And then just one time I was visiting him in PB. This was 93 or 94, right in there, 94, and Rach was there, and that's where we met. And we were friends for like probably 3 or 4 months, something like that. And then just out of the blue, Simon called me. He's like, "Hey, Rachel doesn't have anything to do. It's New Year's Eve. You guys should go out." I'm like, "Okay." I took her to the Silver Fox in Pacific Beach.
Really, the Silver Fox?
Oh, that was my jam, man. I used to go there all the time. Yeah, it was it was like one of the few. It was a nice or a decent bar. It was a dive bar, but it was a decent bar. And the cool thing was, like, usually PB on the weekend is just jam packed full of fucking idiots, and this place was busy, but like you could still get on the pool tables, and that was And I played a lot of pool when I was a kid. I don't play it all anymore. I'm dog shit now, but
it's like riding a bike to me, I guess. I don't know. I love it, but
I'm a human walking jackhammer, so anything that requires finesse, I have to stay working at, dude. I try and throw a dart, it's gonna go flying 9 miles an hour. I gotta stay in practice.
I can't say you have muscle memory because you're broken. So
yeah. I have pain memory. I remember how much it hurt to do that.
Right? Yeah, it's amazing how that starts to stick with you.
And then we dated off and on for a while there, and then ended up moving in together probably at 6 months, 8 months or something like that. And here we are 22 years later.
Yeah,
so,
awesome.
Yeah,
awesome. Great lady, that's for sure.
It's,
she needs to be in this seat sooner or later. But
yeah, right.
You get her in on this, so she can tell us the horror stories about you.
We got some plans. Well, like I say, 22 years together. It's been like 5 minutes,
right,
underwater.
Yeah, so let's switch gears here a little bit. Obviously, your dad being military, that's definitely given you some knowledge on real steel.
Yeah,
give us some background on that and some of your favorite things to shoot. And
my dad gave me my first gun. I think I was 8 years old, and it was a 10 gauge breech load single shot shotgun.
Awesome.
And he sat behind me, and we pulled the trigger, and then he's like, "Okay, you can do it by yourself now." Well, guess what? I went fucking flying. I distinctly remember it. We're out in Barstow, out in the desert, and it's just a big 55-gallon oil drum, and then my dumb ass is shooting birdshot at it from like 10 feet away. This shit's just raining back. I have no idea what's going on. So,
still fun.
Yeah, he's like, "Yeah, go, woo, slits." But Barstow was an interesting time. There was some cool shit. We went jackrabbit hunting out there, but the desert hares, they're as big as fucking German shepherds, right?
They're not small, that's for sure.
And he was a Marine in the 70s, Vietnam era, and so they're hunting these rabbits with 45s. They're like, "We wanted to make it fair. We hunt them with rifles. It's no fun, right?" And I could tell you some of the gruesomeness, but it was amazing the endurance those rabbits had, because they'd take them, boom, get shot, and just pick right up and start running again. And I'm out there with a BB gun. Yeah, let's go. No
this is fun.
Yeah. But so he obviously being a Marine, big around guns. He'd like no force or desire to try and make me love guns or anything like that. And I don't even know that I have a love affair with guns. I mean, I really, as goofy as it sounds, it's more like a responsibility thing to me. I feel like everybody should, have tools available to do different jobs. I have a giant toolbox outside. We have shit in the kitchen that cuts up our food. If I need to go kill some food or defend my home, I need a way to do that. I mean, I could do it with a knife, but the guy who comes along with the gun is going to fuck me up.
Bring a knife to a gun.
Unless I start, go home alone and booby trap the fuck out of the house or something. But I think that only works in the movies.
I got paint cans on strings.
Right. I need some really heavy weights to come smash their head together. Shit,
Two logs tied with a. Yeah. Here, steal this TV. Tripwire.
I could electrify everything. I'd be good at that. That's about it.
That's definitely something that a lot of people need to consider. It's simply put, exactly.
And it's just like anything else you do in life. When you like, I wouldn't say like I'm a black belt, but I've definitely mastered shooting. I'm a pretty good shot. I'm dependable as shit, guaranteed out to like 500 yards, and I can shoot deeper, but I would trust myself all the way out to hit a 6-inch spot in some pretty extreme conditions. So
right,
and then it's just like anything else, you got to stay doing it. Again, finesse. If I don't stay in practice, it goes quick on me. So it's just something I like to keep in tune with. And to be totally honest, though, is like I'm one of the happiest things I do is when I'm just shooting my bow, which is archaic and savage, but they're the new compounds Jesus, there's so much rocket science involved.
Let's go right into that, because that was actually going to be something that I touched base with you on anyway. So let's talk more about that.
I mean, if anybody hasn't ever tried archery, I mean, you can go to any bow and arrow shop, just about. I mean, call ahead, because there are some small ones that don't have much of a shooting area, but they want you to try it out and check it out first. And it's incredibly relaxing, but it also makes you draw focus. And honestly, it's one of my favorite things to do. Like when I have downtime, I just like to square up on a target and just shoot until I'm sore, you know. And it's awesome. It's very surreal and visceral, but primal at the same time, I guess. It's I don't know. You got to try it. If you've never shot a bow, just go do it for fun. Just one time, just the experience.
It is. It's definitely a lot of fun. I mean, it was something I did up north with my family, because we're Native American.
They're Indians. So. It's like required.
It is. Yeah. It's in the blood. Yep. So besides that, we also do. I mean, we're touching base on a lot of things that we do internally as MDP.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your fishing career-ish type stuff.
Well, it's funny. Like archery, not so much, but like my love of motorcycles, my firearm stuff, my fishing stuff, my adventurous stuff, a big part from my father. I mean,
That's where I learned most of it
he
from.
was
So, yeah.
big inspiration. Like we, being in the Marine Corps, he lived in North Carolina and up in Spokane, Washington, and these are very forced.
Yeah. Lived in both of them too.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and we had a blast out there. We'd go out on the lake, go fishing, and the same day we'd be shooting guns. And then, I got my first dirt bike at I think 7-8 years old.
Right.
A little KE 100 that he actually had a 125 kit in, and the thing screamed, man.
Yeah, those things are not. Yeah, especially for light or just a kid.
Yeah. I mean, I was little, dude.
Right.
I was a little guy. Like even in high school, my freshman year in high school, I was 5'1", 105 pounds. So
right. I don't know if you can believe it, but I was small too.
Well, I've gotten bigger this way than I have this way. That's for fucking sure. But yeah, I mean, yeah, like I said, big part of a lot of the stuff I'm involved in is big to blame on pops. So,
right.
And you can test yourself with these things, and you can hone those skills, and it's not just a hobby. It's actually, I hate to use it, and I've used it before, and probably gonna have to explain it a little deeper, but they're all almost martial arts.
Right.
They're similar in ways where you really need to learn this technique, and it's something you can use in life. I mean.
It's almost kind of primal as well.
Yeah, yeah. I think because I something I see in society is we suffer from what I call forgotten steps.
Right.
Like the kids nowadays, they never used a rotary dial telephone or had any idea what that was like. You know, and so they're losing those skills. Something I really see happening is like because everybody only talks and types text messages, no one really talks to each other anymore. People are very. And I started seeing this when I was actually a sales rep, outside sales rep, like 10 years ago. I started noticing that people just wanted information without any interaction.
Right.
And that killed me because I'm a giant asshole, but I love talking to people.
Right.
I mean, that's, I enjoy that.
Quite a bit. So,
yeah. And I really, I really enjoy intelligible conversation, whether it be philosophical or whatever. I don't get into politics because I think it's all bullshit. We're just we're getting fucking broadsided. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter who's where,
We'll save that for another topic.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have to say on it. It's that easy, man. It's that easy.
It is.
Yep. But yeah.
So let's move on to when your paintball career started.
Paintball career. Well, I started playing that one. I actually owe my uncle for my mom's brother, Jimmy. He had an interest in it, got me started in it. That was in, I think, 87.
Right.
1987. And I was 14 at the time. My birthday was rolling around. I think it was either 86 or 87, right around December, wintertime, because we were up in the Redwoods is where we were playing.
Right.
And then, because June, for my birthday, I was like, I want a goddamn paintball gun, And my grandma tried it at Christmas. She got me those goddamn shitty Jim McMahon things that shot goop at people, And I'm like,
was that a gotcha set? What was that?
That might have been it. I don't know. It didn't even shoot a ball. It was just like a glob of fucking like yellow and orange snot.
Like that slime you bought at a quarter machine.
Yeah, and you were better if you just whipped the gun at somebody. You could get the fucking thing to go somewhere because you pull the trigger, it just kind of it is a really limp shot. Like, but I as a kid growing up. Cowboys and Indians, Army, whatever you want to call it, lots of that. And then as soon as we had something that would shoot something, started with plastic, those little shitty plastic BB guns you could get at the liquor store.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I had an arsenal of BB guns. As a kid, I had a fully automatic Uzi that you loaded 200 rounds in the top of. The thing was dirty as fuck, right? And but BB gun wars, we we got going on that, and then we started, we're running through the neighborhood, regular neighborhood, shooting, and start. Broken windows.
The lever action Red Riders.
Oh yeah. I felt so bad. My brother George. Well, I laughed my dick off. I'm gonna be honest about it. But we're in a BB gun war. But the thing is, I've got this one-time pump, 1,100 foot per second, death machine. He's got a Red Rider, and he's like, you can get his shots off quick, right? But I got a scope, and you can't even reach me, man. I'm gonna be nice. I'm just gonna shoot him in the knee. Well, I hit 2 feet under, which. inside a shoe and stayed inside his skin and ran right up his toe bone like this. Yeah. Just goes screaming, dude. And we're, you know, we had a few acres out behind the house in National City of all places, believe it or not. But, and so I go running over. I'm like, quit being such a bitch. Shut the fuck up. I'm like holding his mouth, and I'm looking back at the house. I'm like, your mom's gonna hear. She's gonna beat my ass. And then he's like, it hurts so bad. And I'm like, I don't see anything. What are you talking about? He's like, take off my shoe. We take off his shoe, and the shit ran right. I'm like, oh my god, blood. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, okay, what one of my toys do you want to shut the fuck up about this? All right,
I'm not gonna lie about this.
Yeah, yeah, because we're not telling anybody what happened here, right? You fucking stepped on a rake or something, kid.
Now they know.
Yeah,
they're gonna watch this.
Yeah, right.
They're gonna know.
Hey, and then you know how we got 25 hours of stories like that. Jesus, man.
So honestly, let's swing back to that. We talked about your mom and your dad, but next on my list was to talk about your brothers,
the siblings.
The siblings. So tell us about well, we don't need the crazy stories yet because we're gonna do a lot of these.
Yeah, right.
Tell us about your brothers and where they're at now.
I am the oldest of 5 boys. One is a stepbrother, and then the other 3 are half brothers. Where do we start? Let's start chronological age. We'll just the next one to me would be George, who is my half brother, who I consider 100%. You know, I don't or not. Yeah, he's a stepbrother, but I don't. Who gives a fuck about that? I've known him since he was, I think, 5 years old, 6 years old, and you know, he's my brother. So, it's just what it is, and he's the one who got it in the foot. You know, awesome dude, hell of a man. You know, it's kind of funny because when I was 14 years old, I had made this like goal wall in my room and had like a 1986 BMW M7, if you remember those things, or M1 maybe it was. I don't remember. It was like it was the 850, and it was the M version. It was an M8.
It was an M8, yeah.
But it was a beast of a car. But the thing had like a V12 and 600 horsepower back then, carbureted, right? Like that was super. So I had that on there, and I had a badge on there because I wanted to be a cop. Then I also had like a biker's patch because I wanted to be a biker. You know,
so many goals.
Had all these guns, different guns I wanted, like a stupid, the movie guns, Desert Eagle, and fucking Beretta Super Auto shotgun, all kinds of stuff like that. Big old piles of money. There's a penthouse shit cut out and put on there and everything like that. And it's kind of funny because like years later, and also the Marine Corps was on there. I was supposed to be a Marine. You know, I was supposed to go in the military, but that didn't happen. But that was on there as well. But like, I had no idea. But he would look at that wall too, and he went through and did. I didn't do half the shit on my wall, you know, and my little brother did, and he says that was my inspiration in that wall, you know. I'm like,
your goal wall.
Which is awesome. Which is kind of crazy, you know, because at least he had something, you know, to go for. But yeah, now he's a cop, you know, and he was a Marine and is a Marine, you know, but he went to Iraq and did 2 or 3 tours over there, and you know, and now he's 12-year cop now or something like that. So yeah, K9 cop. And got 2 beautiful kids and a beautiful wife, and
awesome.
Yeah, he's a giant asshole. I love him to death, but yeah, 6'5", 280-pound cop, you know. Right. So yeah, he's a big gorilla. I love him. Then the next one would be Ben, who was my actual half brother, and we had an interesting deal because we didn't see each other. Like I saw him probably when I was 6 or 7, something like that. He was only 2 or 3 years old, and then I didn't see him again until he was 17.
Right.
And so there was a big span there because, like, just the way everything went, my dad saw the turmoil between him and my mom and me with that separation and trying to spend time. So we just decided, you know, what's best. And also Ben's mom felt it was best that they just stayed separated, you know. So he was raised by his stepfather, and I had every intention of finding him when he turned 18 because I knew I wasn't allowed to tell. Mm-hmm. And then when I believe he was 17, might have been 16, he contacted me out of the blue. He's like, hey, is this Billy Robertson? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, hey, I'm your brother Ben. And I'm like, wow, okay, awesome. I was gonna look for you. Right. Where the fuck are you? This is cool, you know. And we talked for hours on the phone, and then he ended up moving in and lived with me for a while. He came down and visited a few times, but he was up in Seattle, Lake Stevens area in Washington, and he moved down, and then he ended up he went through a lot of different stuff. He did a bunch of drama and theater in school, and then was pursuing that in LA, and was also working as a photographer. He's an incredibly talented photographer, and that basically ended up being his profession. He ended up just sticking with the photography, and now he's got a pretty good business going for himself. He's got a few accounts that fly him all over the place, and he just takes pictures for people.
Awesome.
Back in the independent days, we were actually working together, and he did a lot of mentoring with me. He taught me, I was always had an interest in photography, but really didn't have any knowledge.
Right.
And he made me actually start thinking about it.
Right.
So, and I grew a lot from him and working with him and having fun. We did a bunch of gigs together, shot a lot of weddings and good times.
More good times.
Yeah. We had a lot of fun. And then next from there is my brother Isaac, who 14 years younger than me. So Ben and George are they're 2 months apart, and they're both 6 years younger than me, 5 or 6 years younger than me. And then Isaac will be the next one. He's 14 years younger than me. Isaac, again, big into theater. Him and Ben got really close. They hung out for a while and bonded, and a lot of the similar interests. And Isaac ended up becoming a professional photographer for a while. He still works in photography, but now he runs the ad campaigns. I don't know if he's chief advertising officer or exactly what he's doing, but he works for a company called Pendleton. You'll see the commercials. He's the one who's directing and guiding all that shit.
Nice.
Yeah, and they're a big company out of New York, and that's where he lives now. He went there because I don't know if he's still acting. He was doing a bunch of like off Broadway and Broadway and everything like that. He loved theater, live theater, and he's him and George are the freaks. George is 6'5", Isaac 6'6", and he was a really ugly duckling, and now he's grown into this big, beautiful man who's on and off Broadway, and living that New York City life. He's having a good time, man. And me and him don't talk much. Really, it's kind of weird, but I've had my time with all of them. Not as much Isaac, but me and Ben spent a lot of time together. Me and George spent a lot of time, and me and Samuel have spent a ton of time. That's my youngest brother, and me and him are 20 years apart. So
right.
Yeah, and it was funny because when he was a kid, he'd hang out with me and come stay with me for the weekend and stuff, and he'd tell everybody I was his dad. I'm like, you motherfucker. But yeah, he's a good kid, man. He was no trouble growing up. He was really cool as shit, and I probably subjected him to way too much shit way too early. If you remember, I brought him to Chicago in 2006 when he was only like 13 or 14 years old, man.
Remember that, yeah.
Right, and I had Nicole giving him lap dances and messing with him and everything like that.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah. He ended up joining the Marine Corps, went to Afghanistan, got blown up with an IED. He's all his parts are on, but it rattled his brain. He's got TBI, and he got a Purple Heart, and he doesn't want it. Yeah, I think he gave it to Dad.
Oh, right.
But now he's going to school. He's been in school for a while. Got a year left, and he's going to be a financial officer. He's getting his bachelor's in finance, business finance, and everything. Wants to be the CFO someday, and
right on.
Kid's got goals. And I'm really proud of him. He developed all that on his own.
Good.
Well, it actually, I don't remember the story exactly, but it was like he was hanging out with George, the cop brother, and one of George's friends was a CFO, and he saw how much that dude was making, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll do that job for a living." That's what
I want to make the money.
Yeah,
work so hard.
That's where I'm going. Yeah. And then actually, he just had a kid, so he just made me an uncle again, and a beautiful little naked monkey.
Right.
And thank God she looks like her mom. But as soon as I saw him today, I'm like, oh, he got the dad bod nailed, huh? Because he was in he's a Marine, right. Super good shape, running all over the place. Now he's looking puttier than me. I'm like, son of a bitch, kid. What the hell?
Bod.
Come on.
That's the hot thing now, dude.
Yeah, right?
That's a hot thing now.
Yeah, and then he's riding around on my Harley.
It looked good. It looked good.
Yeah. So those are my brothers.
Those are your brothers.
Those are the brothers outside the MDP, right. and the rest of the world. We got brothers in and out all over the place.
So. I know a lot of people want us to get into MDP, but I'm gonna wait a little bit on that. But as we were talking about paintball, you and I been through quite a few teams. Just run us through some of the teams you played with, some of the teams you actually started, and
oh shit, man. Well, yeah. We kind of came off the subject because, I started playing in '87, and I just left that there. I played pretty diligently a lot from '87 to '92, and I actually lived up on Marta Awa in Alpine, and there was a Weekend Warriors was the local field. I could walk to the thing, but I never had any money, So I would go sit in the bushes just outside while they played the first game. Once everybody was done, and I'd see them leave the field, I'd crawl down on the field and start finding all the 12 grams and fresh tubes of paint that everybody dropped. I knew I was outfitted for the day. I still couldn't afford entry. It was like $15 back then. I'm like, shit, man, you know. Nope. So then I go sit in the bushes again, wait for the next game over on the next field, and right when everybody was walking out or walking in, I just jump right in, and I was in for the day, man. You know, so
I can play.
that's how that went. And then that was down here when I was at my dad's, and when I was up at my mom's, I played at Sackong Village, which is SC Village.
SC
you know,
Village,
yeah. So and then a lot of pirate paintball. We played a ton of pirate paintball, and then about 92, 93, I got, because I was always into motorcycles, like I said, but I got really into motorcycles, and that was like pretty much the only thing I was doing. I played paintball from like 93 to 97, maybe 6-8 times, you know, not much. But then 97, I had an employee. This is when I used to own a moving company. I had some semis and a bunch of employees, and you know, we're working every day, and we're out on a big job, and then his car's right there, and he's like, "Hey, Billy, come here and check this out." He opens his trunk, and he's got a couple of like Indian Creek Thundercats or some shit like that, right? I'm like, what's that? And he's like, oh, they're paintball guns. I'm like, oh, no shit, cool. And he's like, yeah, you should come play sometime. I'm like, okay. So we go down to that eucalyptus patch down by the JT office down off of Otay, Orange or whatever it was. And we called it Pirates Cove, fitting, you know. But yeah, we were down there, and I just melted everybody. It was just blowing everybody, because I never even the only gun I ever played with was a pump.
Right.
You know, I had no idea that semis even existed. And so it was on, dude. I'm just running people down. And they're like, "You've never played before?" I'm like, "Yeah, I played, but it's been a long time, and not like this, you know." And then like the next weekend, I went to Borderland. Like, because he was like, "Oh, you got to come to an actual organized field now after seeing this motherfucker." And we get up there, and next thing you know, I was gun whore, had 30 fucking guns, and
it's weird how they pile up so quickly.
Yeah, and then found out about tournament paintball. That was like 97, 98, towards the end of 98, maybe 99. I found out about tournament paintball, and I'm like, I want to go with this. You know, I want to see what this is like. So, where was I? I was at Borderland, and like Maddie and Davey and all those guys. I think it was just those two, but a bunch of other guys, like Navarone, had basically kind of just fallen apart. Like all the main guys had gone over the Ironman, that all had melted. And then there was this guy, Arkansas Mark, who was in the Navy, who was on Navarone. He's like, "Hey, I'm putting this team back together. I want you to play with us." I'm like, I've never played a tournament before in my life. I don't know what this is. I didn't even know it existed. Right? I'm like, all right, sure, I'll go for it. We practiced for like 4 months. I'm like, are we ever going to actually play a tournament? And I go, yeah, it's coming. I'm like, 6 months. I'm like, are we ever actually going to play a tournament? You're like, oh, yeah, it's coming. Now we're into like 2000. This is year 2000. And we still haven't, I'm like, fuck this. I'm out, you know. And then it was right in there. Velocity bought San Diego Paintball and opened Velocity in Ramona. So I started going up there. I was playing up there every weekend. And then the refs of the field were Inferno. That was like the Velocity team. And they saw me up there just playing recreational paintball. They're like, you should play on our team. I'm like, do you guys actually play tournaments?
Are we going to a tournament?
And they're like, yeah, we play tournaments. I'm like, all right. Over a course of 6 months, we had 3 practices and never played a fucking tournament. I'm like, you know what? I'm starting my own fucking team. You know, and
over that shit.
Yeah, so it was me, the guy Simon I was talking about, who actually introduced me to Rachel, and then Barry, the guy who had the guns in his trunk. And so we had a 3-man team, and we started playing. In our first 3-man tournament, we took 4th, and it was a tournament put on by Paintball Junkies at Mr. Paintball off Lake Wilford. And first, second, and third went to Paintball Junkie teams. Chris. And we got 4th, but it was out of like, I don't remember, 10 teams or something like. So not too bad, you know. So we had so many problems, like guns freezing up, and you know, I mean, back then we're all shooting CO2 and shit, you know. So and like those autocockers were good, but man, if you didn't have them tuned right, they were just fucking blenders, man. And that was my first go with an autococker. I'd been through all these guns, trying them, and then my buddy Rich Lazo, who was on here already, he sold me an autococker. He was the first guy. He's like, you got to try this gun. I'll set it up. You'll love it, blah, blah, blah. Well, he set it up, and it chopped fuck, you know. And but I got through the tournament finally, you know. We did that one. I took it back to him. Said, fuck this thing. What's that called? He's like, that's an STO. That's the one you want. I'm like, Well, fuck, why didn't you tell me that in the first place, all right? So then I buy a 99 STO and plus a bunch of other shit, Angels. Oh, yeah, I don't care. Here's the cash. Just keep them coming, let me know. I mean, I was going through guns, and that's something I try and tell kids nowadays, like, you don't have that drama that we had trying to get guns to work and run and shit like that. Pretty much everything you buy out of the box above $200 is awesome now,
And it's here, fix this.
Yeah.
Instead of,
right?
doing that shit at the field by yourself.
Yeah, long story short, even though I did have and played with Angels every once in a while, I was still a big, pretty diehard Cocker guy, And so we were playing as Ravenous. That was our 3-man team. And then
SDR.
Yeah, and that actually matured because from the 3-man team, we ended up with 2 5-man squads. And, we would mix between 3, 5s, and 7s. We were playing about just regional paintball, predominantly the Best in West Series, West Long Series with West Aaron.
Long series,
yeah. And then we were playing the Pan Ams, Cal Jam, just all the regional stuff. We went to Cal Vegas, Cap, Viva Las Vegas, 2001, I think that was, 2000, 2001.
Is that when we were playing on the moon?
No, this was inside the gym at Running Rebels. It was awesome. It was actually super cool event. And we didn't do great there. I think we got like 10th, but man, we got to play a lot of paintball. We partied our dicks. Oh, Jesus. Couldn't, like,
all the Vegas events
I mean,
freaking loose.
So, that was something. So we had that team, and then out of the blue, this kid started playing up at Velocity, and he was like, hey, I want to start a team, and I want you guys to be on the team. I'm like, be on your team? Fuck you, blah, blah, blah. And then it turns out his name was Greg, and they had a very good sponsorship. And
they did.
Yeah, and then we became Team Vivid from Vivid Video, from the same erotic film franchise that everybody knows and enjoys. So and then we played. I think they played LA. I didn't make LA with them, and then we played MPPL 2002. Got 3rd place at that, and had an absolute blast. I was on fire. I was playing really good paintball. That's a great feeling. So, and the rest of the team was gelling. I think we only had one kind of blowout game, and other than that, we were just eating faces, which is fine. The tournament sucked as shit. It was like 4 or 5 hours behind, and 1,000 degrees outside. I mean, one of my favorite memories from that. I don't remember the team we were playing, but I was playing back left corner. I was going out with like 18, 20 pods. And I didn't get to get in the game until I only had one left. I had to stay back there and just keep dumping. That was my job, and that was fine because I got to finish quite a few times on that. But I go to pull a pod, and it's a Foster's fucking oil can. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta shove that back in. I'm looking for a pod, and this is how drunk I was because of the time between the games. Like, I'd be standing there, and I'd blink, and I'd open my eyes. I'm like, did I take a nap?
Those are the good times.
But and it was so funny because like a bunch of the Ironman, Maddie and Rich Telford, Davey, they were all reffing the event. They were the refs on the event. I think you were probably there too. I don't remember. It was 2001 or 2002. I don't remember.
Which one was that? The Vegas event?
Yeah, Vegas. Yeah. And everybody they're like, hey, you want some good calls? You got any DVDs? I'm like, we can work that shit out, man.
Yeah, we partied at that event. I think I fell asleep. I was reffing the Angel field. I fell asleep in the middle of the field.
Oh, nice, perfect.
They knew I did, and they started the game with me asleep in the middle of the
Love
field.
it. Love it.
It was a good time.
Yeah, that's when they had them like kind of laced together or some shit like that, right? Yeah.
As a giant.
It's weird the shit you remember, Yeah. Fuck, dude. So.
Okay. It comes in doses.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Somebody mentions it and I'm like, oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think one of the other Vegas events, I think I was out there partying with Greg Posey.
All
and
right.
What was it was one of the clubs at the Flamingo. It's still there.
Oh,
it's the one where all the strippers go to after hours.
Yeah.
And him and I walked out, and it was morning. I was like, dude, what time is it? And we looked at the time, and we have to be at the field, and we're still in like our club clothes.
Right.
That was bad. It was a good night,
but
it was a bad morning.
Yeah.
But
so I'll fast forward things. So from there, Vivid. Then we went. What did we do? I was still kind of doing Ravenous, pretty much, and then I actually got contacted by Eddie Wall. He said, hey, you should come play with us on this team Loaded. We're starting at a die. He just started working at die, and they were building a 10-man team. And right at the same time, Daryl had asked me to build a team for Velocity.
Right.
And I was like, well, I'm going to go with Velocity. And he's like, this is a die sponsor factory team. This is your chance to get up into the pros. I'm like, Daryl's my friend and my brother, and this is what I'm doing, So we did that, and then we started that the end of 2002. Team Velocity played World Cup 2003, and then we got in trouble with Velocity, and so we had a little bit of a falling out, and that's when we brought back Ravenous, but we called it SDR, San Diego Ravenous, or Strippers Done Right. Everybody, it was so funny because it was like we had our little it was the Proto jersey, and we had the little, we had our logo, the SDR right here.
I remember pressing those, and
everybody thought it said San Diego Ravenous right there, and it said Strippers Done Right, right across the chest, right?
I remember pressing those.
Yeah, and so then we kept that run alive for till 2005, and that's when I basically said I was retiring. I blew my knee out at World Cup really bad 2003. I recovered, played amazing paintball 2004, and then 2005 I gotten lazy, started to put weight back on. My knee was bugging me, and I'm just like, I don't know, I think I was 30, I was 29, and I'm like, I'm not getting any better at this, fuck it, I'm done. Next year we started Pump Revolution. I didn't plan on playing at all,
right?
And they're like, hey, let's do a pump team. Let's just for fun. Let's go play a pump team. And then there was the Old School Challenge. There was a Southern California Pump League. And we got into that, and we were super competitive. We were coming in. And, I mean, there was good teams. That's when I was playing against Sonny and his guys and Derek all the time, the Hitmen. We were about the only speed bump for them. Otherwise they were going to win first every fucking time.
Right.
And,
they put together a really good team. That's for sure.
And that was me, Mike, and Kevin.
Right.
So, guys I still play paintball with to this day. Yeah. I mean, I started playing with them in 98, 99. Right. So, yeah. Fuck. See these gray hairs?
All right. Let's touch base on something else real quick. Yeah. Let's get back into motorcycles.
All right.
A bit of a passion that both you and I have.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You obviously started talking about it earlier and which bike you started on, but
yeah.
Let's go through a little bit of that and how that passion lives.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, my parents were divorced. My dad, most of the time when he came to pick me up, we usually lived. When he did live close, he usually lived like 2 to 3 hours away, and very often though, even though I mean we still went to his house, but a lot of times he'd bring me all the way down to San Diego so I could see my grandparents and stuff, who I was very close with. Still, my grandma passed last year. He would pick me up on a motorcycle, and I would fall asleep on the back of his bike.
The same thing.
Just dangling like this. Squeezed between him and the sissy bar, and wake up wherever we got. And I mean, like I got branded early. My dad had a Triumph Chopper. This had to have been 7. It was probably 3 or 4, maybe 5. It was, my parents had definitely been divorced, but not very long. We were living in Riverside, and I remember this distinctly. I'd stolen this guy's fucking Evel Knievel toy. You remember those wind-up fuckers, the motorcycle? Well, no one would buy me one. I'm playing with that shit, and I hear blah, da, 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 da. I'm like, my dad's here. Awesome. Because he's coming to pick me up. I didn't even know, right? So I go running. Don't even think I'm barefoot. I ran around. I was a little fucking dirtbag, man. You're lucky if I had. I mean, still pretty much the problem, but you're lucky if I had clothes on.
I had a lot of the same upbringing.
Yeah, you're lucky if I had any clothes on. I'm not a fan still to this day.
Me either.
So I go running. Don't even think, and just jump right on the back of that bike, and put my heel down on the top of the exhaust.
Oh,
and I still have like a 50-cent piece burned hole into the heel of my right foot from fucking a Triumph Bonneville.
Right.
My dad was a chopper. My dad was riding at the time. So yeah. So I say bikes got me real early, And then, like I said, Evel Knievel, I love the guy, And then, I got my first dirt bike at like I said, 7, 8 years old. That was a 1971 KE 100 Kawasaki. From there, I went into I don't even remember. Honda something 175. Then RM 125, but it was a 2-stroke. The 175 was a 4-stroke. Yeah, went 2-stroke, 4-stroke, back to 2-stroke because I thought 4-stroke sucked. And they did comparatively back then. Now they're pretty badass, but back then, shit, you couldn't get that kind of power out of those low CCs, man. Right. And then as soon as I was 14 and a half, which in California, you can start getting your learner's permit for a motorcycle. At least you could back then. I don't know what the fuck it is now, but I got a Kawasaki LTD 440, which was like the cruiser edition of a KZ. essentially. And I rode that thing and crashed it pretty hard after riding it for about 8 months. Father's Day morning at 7 o'clock in the morning on the 94 freeway. I decided to give it cafe bars. I gave it and decided I was going to
make it harder to ride than
at 15 years old. I'm like, I'm going to do my own fork oil. I got this. Well, at 95 miles an hour, you get a speed wobble and you ain't got no more speed to go up. Guess what? It throws your ass straight at the fucking pavement. Right? I remember it like it was yesterday. Because I'm in the fast lane on the fucking 94. I go down. I'm still sliding on the fast lane of the 94. My bike goes over 3-4 lanes. Like, oh shit, wow, this is not good.
This is real.
This guy pulls over, this really nice old guy in like a Omega or Nova or some shit, like 69, 71. Irrelevant, of course. But
gotta call it out.
He's like, you want me to take you to the hospital? I said, nah, man, I need you to take me to church. He's like, are you fucking dying? I'm like, no, I'm late for Father's Day breakfast at my dad's church. My dad was the assistant pastor, dean of the church. My grandfather was the pastor of church. Right. I was late. I was hauling ass, 15 years old and probably smelled like alcohol, So I'm just screaming down the freeway as fast as I could, and that's when I went down. So I get to the church. I'm down in the bathroom, down in this like hall where everybody would gather for breakfasts and shit, and I'm trying to get clean up and look in the mirror, and I'm just like, oh my god, I'm pale as shit. My helmet, my Biaffe helmet, split right down the middle, right when it bounced my head off the ground. That probably explains a lot. But blood just gushing out of my hands. I had a fucking hole in my ass this big. The size of my feet were gone. I was wearing a double-breasted suit and fucking wingtips, just shredded. I looked like I got attacked by piranha. No shit. And so
probably slacks.
Whatever. Yeah. I'm missing. I'll show you the scar, man. Chunk out of my ass like you wouldn't believe.
I don't need to see any more of your ass.
But yeah, forever. You can actually still see them. The little ring grooves again go down the freeway. Those are them right there. It looks like a little claw mark right there. But yeah, I had them down both hands, the top of my feet. Anyways, one of my dear friends, Karen, who I still know to this day, she goes and gets my dad. My dad comes around. And I'm like, oh, he's gonna be so mad. And I'm like, he's gonna kick my ass. He comes around and he looks at me. He's like, what happened to you? I'm like, I crashed. And he's like, looks at me and falls on the ground laughing, just laughing his dick off. He's like, and I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna fucking die right now, and didn't even take me to the hospital or anything, man. He's like, you go home, you get in the shower with a toothbrush and you scrub all that shit out of your wounds and everything, and you'll be fine. You motherfucker. I was so mad, and the bike was fucked up. Yeah. So then what did I write after that? Oh, Bobby Fouts, who I'm a friend, one of my dad's buddies, came up. My dad had a street ministry, actually. He helped people off the street and everything. That's a big part of why, the church and everything. That's a big reason why I'm involved in charity and like charity shit. Trying to give back. Bobby Fouts was one of the guys who came up. He was a young Navy guy. Just got twisted the wrong direction. My dad helped him get back on his feet, get going the right direction. Bobby had a Yamaha Seika. And when he moved back home, he left the Seika and it was broken. So we fixed that, and I rode that for a little while. And then I rode a CB754 Honda, big pig, and like they can be really cool bikes, but this one was completely done up like a cheap bitch Gullwing, right?
Wow.
So yeah,
geezer glide.
Yeah, it was an ugly hooker with lipstick on. It's really, but I loved riding it, man. It had I had the heel toe shifter, and I was like, I'm on an electric glide.
Just close my eyes for a minute. It's an electric glide.
I loved it, and then my dad got a KZ 750, or was it LTD? No, it was an LTD again. So it was another Kawasaki. I was big on Kawasaki's for a long time, obviously, because of my dad. I got that, and it was like a wannabe little Triumph chopper type deal. I mean, it was factory stock. I painted flames on it, put apes on it, and had no idea, because just like we were talking about, where the handlebars shifted because the grommets had gone bad.
Right.
Well, the grommets had completely disintegrated in there. It was metal on metal and just went like this. I rode that motherfucker like that. I had no idea. I'm 16 years old. Don't even know that it's not supposed to be like that.
My shovel's been doing that for so long. So I finally just got fixed bars.
I was like, it's not supposed to do this. I had no idea. I just thought it was like kind of a little give, I was like, but yeah, I even took my mom to work on that motherfucker, man. Her car,
all the knurling gone.
Her car wouldn't start, and it's like 6:30 in the morning. She's like, I'm getting on the back of your motorcycle. I'm like, Here we go. So she's got on a skirt. She goes back in the house with long johns. 6:30 in the morning, man. It's fucking 50 degrees outside, right? Fucking pulls up long johns under her skirt, gets on the back. She's a soldier. She's getting to work, man. It was awesome, though. But yeah, I remember taking her to work on that thing. And oh, shit. From there, I was working at San Diego House of Motorcycles at the time. Don Pizza, who was an ex-racer, was one of our chief mechanics, had a 1987 900 Ninja RR, and couldn't make the payments, was getting a divorce or something like that. He's like, you want it? And I'm like, I just got to pay $125 a month, and it's mine? He's like, yeah. I'm like, yes, I want it. I didn't even ask my dad or anything. You know, I just come home with the money. He's like, what is this? I'm like, it's my new bike.
Just obtained a new bike.
Yes. It's my 160-mile-an-hour cruise missile at 16 years old, right? Like
thing you need on a track and not on the street.
Yeah.
You learned that the hard way.
Yeah. You know, 17 tickets in a year and a half, and they pulled my license. So, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And I had that, and then I'd had that for about a year because I got that when I was like 16 and a half. And right before my 18th birthday, I bought a 1971 Harley XL-CH Sportster. Right. And that was off a buddy of my uncle's buddy, who I can't remember if he was in a club or just an associate of the club, because the bike had a white tank and someone started penciling the desk skull on the side of it.
Right.
But it was a project bike, you know, it wasn't finished, didn't run when I got it. I paid $1,000 for it in 1990, and it took me forever to get it running right. Turned out it was like I tried all this different shit, rebuilt the carburetor several times, and it turned out the carb was just shit. It wasn't worth even trying to save. It was leaking.
Those come
everywhere.
with a Bendix Zenith? What do those come with?
I can't remember. It was garbage.
Anyways,
because but you know what the easy fix was is when I met, I think there was this bike shop in Riverside. I finally got back to Riverside, and I got a brand new, like back then everybody would rip their brand new key hinges off their brand new bikes. The Japanese carb and pay for an SS, shorty or something, which, yeah, they work, but the key hinges were badass. And I got a brand new key in right off of an FXR, didn't rejet it or anything, slapped it right on my bike, purred, man. And now you look that shit up, like I was just looking them up like a year ago or something, because I was thinking about buying another old Sportster. Yeah,
not cheap.
Yeah, you're not picking one up anymore. Like they're not throwaways.
Nope.
Yeah. So, anyways, that ended up being the big fix. That and getting the points just right. And so I rode that for a little while, and where'd I go from there? And it had a couple basket case FXEs, lowriders.
Right. Yeah.
Built one and rode it for a while. I love that bike. That was a 75. And it was pretty much exactly like yours, except for with the narrow front end.
It's a love-hate
relationship. But yeah. But I was working on that fucking thing all the time. I mean, and I feel your pain. Yeah. And then from there I had I don't know. Right then I was going through bikes like underwear at the time, so I honestly it kind of gets
went through
convoluted.
Right.
Yeah. And then also I was working at San Diego House of Motorcycles, where I could buy and ride and just borrow, and I was on a different bike like every day almost.
Lots of passion for motorcycles.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to save that one because I knew we'd get into that one.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, we're going to do a lot more of
these
things. So
one of my favorite bikes, I'll fast forward to 1999. I bought a Buell S3 Thunderbolt.
Ooh.
And that was a Sportster motor, putting about 100 horsepower, something like that, to the ground at the rear wheel in a racing frame. Yeah. And that was the best of both worlds, because I would always ride a crotch rocket and a chopper. I always had to have two. I'm like, well, now I got them both in one.
Buell always made a good bike.
Yeah, especially back in those early years from like 95 to 2002, 2003. You made some sick stuff, man. Very innovative, very cool. Upside down short tail shit. Yeah. And I bought the bike I bought it used, but only had like 1,700 miles on it. Immediately ripped the motor apart. 4-valve heads, 6-speed transmission, blah, 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 blah. All this. I had it putting like 135 horsepower on the ground, and it was scary.
It's a lot. What was that, chain drive too, wasn't it?
It was belt. And I couldn't imagine if it had a chain on it, because the power wheelies all day long.
I stretched the hell out of that thing.
Yeah. And what a Yamaha VMAX is? Those are really fast, like straight up and down bikes. They can really get down the freeway.
I'd honestly have to see it.
They're a big 4-cylinder twin, and they held like the
those ones that almost look square, like the motor almost looks square.
Yeah.
Okay,
it held the roll-on record for a long time or something.
Right.
I don't know, but those guys would come along to me and think they're gonna blow my doors off, and I just peace out, dude. Ducatis, peace out. And luckily somehow, because I ran that fucker up and down Palomar, and I raced it. I pushed that bike really hard. I never put it down because like all my other bikes, none of the cruisers, but the
a lot of those.
My knee draggers, I crashed all the fucking time. I finally realized, you know what? This should really be just on a racetrack. I shouldn't be doing this.
And we preach that to a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean,
and be riding that on a track.
I have a ton of love and passion for sport bikes, but I don't see a place for them on the street anymore. You got plenty of power in a cruiser to get away from traffic and shit like that, and they're not comfortable. And maybe this is just the old man talking. Because like now I'm riding this bagger. And if you would have told 22-year-old Billy that 44-year-old Billy's riding a garbage wagon, he said, "Tell you, go fuck yourself." No way, man.
I was
no way.
the same thing.
Because my Softail I had before this, when I first got it, man, I chopped that thing down to a bar hopper, like nothing on it.
That's how my dad was always like, I'd never be on little geezer glides, and now he's got a road glide, and he loves it.
Yeah, and I like my Bluetooth, and I like my fucking luggage boxes and shit. I like my floorboards.
It's definitely a luxury. Yeah. Floorboards are nice. I love friggin' shaker boards.
My fucking pegs on my FXE that ran were half-inch fucking sockets, deep well sockets that I drilled fucking holes in. Yeah. So or no, I put the pin straight through the top is how I did it. That's right. I bolted them straight to the side of the frame. I tapped the fucking.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Because they have a
no bueno if you crash. Yeah. Luckily I didn't, but
just put a square head lag in there.
Yep. Exactly. That's exactly what I did.
Awesome.
All right. I really don't care about time. So let's move into the shit that we actually, everybody's here for anyways. We pretty much know how it started. We've had the video of how it started. If people haven't seen that, we'll direct them to that. But as MDP, you obviously talked about charity and stuff like that and what we do. Give us a quick rundown because we can talk about, you and I talk about this constantly forever. We can talk about this for hours. But give us a quick rundown of what MDP is and where we see it heading.
MDP, at its basest, lowest level, is just to help anybody and everybody that's willing or has an open air to become aware that this is your life and not to take it for granted. There's a lot of great experiences out there, whether elaborate, you spend a ton of money, or you just do, a hike. There's so much life and experiences to be had. Don't let that go. Don't let that slip by, because we don't know what quantity of life we have. We just, all we can do is try and hope to add to the quality. So that at its basis is what it is. And anybody can practice that. It's almost a philosophy, a life's philosophy, if anything, and that's really what we try and preach. And then that's exactly what the order is these are the people who step forward and really want to represent every aspect of that and be part of the order is a paid, vetted society. You're part of a vetted global group that you can communicate with and share with, and we bounce ideas off each other, we mentor each other, there's the growth and improvement I've seen in a lot of people already is just amazing. And I had dreams and aspirations, but I had no idea how the positive effect it would. And I always said my goals were very small. If we did something good for one fucking person, then we're done. We're good. We don't have to go any farther. We've done way more than that, and it's only getting better. And I just love. I felt like if we built the ship, these fuckers would sail it, and they are sailing it. There's so many people who are just stepping up and being huge in the name of MDP. And they could do it under any flag they want, but I love the fact that they've embraced this concept and idea, because it's all it was. I wanted the camaraderie and sense of community I had in my dad's church, but without the religious aspects, just because I feel like that's a personal thing, and whatever someone wants to practice for a religion, my basic religion is do no harm, I don't need to put anything more on it. I don't need to pretend to know the answers to anything else or say I know the answers or whoever knows what. I keep it simple for me. I'm dumb, but and I want other people that are involved in the MDP to embrace it that way. All we know we got right now is this for sure, so let's make this as good as we can. There was a great quote in a movie I saw, I don't know, it was a new Ben Affleck gangster movie. I can't even remember the name of the movie, but this girl in the movie, her line is, this is heaven, and we're just fucking it up. And I'm just like,
right,
yeah, no shit. Fuck, everybody, fuck, come on, you know, let's make the best out of this motherfucker, you know, because it would, who knows, you know, so the today, tomorrow, the next day, who knows when any of us are going to go. So let's make the absolute best of this stuff, man, you know, and really truly embrace it and pay it forward. You know, we got to send it to the next generation. That goes back to that little bit of what I tapped on, is where everybody wants information with disassociation, no interaction. And these kids are very disassociated. You know, they get subjected to way too much stuff on TV and on the computer, and really have no coping skills in person.
They get a lot of force fed ideas, and they run with it.
And the thing is, they think just because they see it, they have to buy it. They don't realize that, you know, only take the positive from shit. Fuck all the negative, and you know,
chew on the meat, spit out the bones.
That's it, man. That's it. And so that's a big part of what the mentorship side of the MDP is. And you know, and not to sound like a commercial, but with the order, the vetted side, we have discounts for our members because they're the ones stepping up, doing for us. We're trying to do for them. We're setting up discounts with different vendors, retailers, so to help make the adventures more affordable and cheaper. And as the group grows, the more buying power we have, the more we can do with that. Also being part of the vetted side, we have order only events and, for lack of a better term, retail items, stuff that they could wear and buy to represent, you know. And it's all 100% free will. Is like, as you know, like, order members do not have to wear a single thing. You don't have to tell anybody you're an order member, but that's your personal call. You know, if you want to wear every stick head to toe, awesome. Don't want to wear a single thing, whatever. That's, you know, it's really just live by those articles, you know, and I don't think it's that hard. It's really pretty much all common sense, even though we still have to spell it out. Fucking shit, man.
But I mean, as a family aspect, and like
huge
where
family
we started,
aspect,
like where we started it as being one of the founders with you, and how you approached me with it. It's just watching it grow, and the people that we've met and that have become order members. It's just it's an amazing family, family style, like
I love the
brotherhood, whatever you want to call it. It's just it's probably one of the better things that is you know come into my life as well. So
one of the most important things to me, like I said, was that sense of community that I felt I lacked since leaving my grandfather's church. My grandfather left the church is what happened. Is he had that church and he retired, and then he became a traveling evangelist, still traveling, 89 years old, you know. Just getting after it. But when that went away, I lost that. I couldn't find it anywhere else. I hung out with Motorcycle Club, and I have a couple friends still from that, and who I love dearly, but it's not the same. It was, there was a lot of bad aspects with that too that I just couldn't, I couldn't embrace, and I'm not judging. I'm just saying, this is what's right for somebody else isn't what's right for you. Same thing with the order. Like, the order's not for everybody, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I think there's a higher percentage of we just got to get it out there to the people, because I think we've got a lot more pirates out there to find that would love it to be part of this, and we can gain from, and they can gain from, right, for sure. So.
And I think that's an idea that a lot of people don't see when they try and do stuff similar to this, is that it's not for everybody, for sure.
Yeah.
But admitting that is, it's a hard thing for a lot of people that get into this to do.
Yeah.
But I know.
I mean, and it's not that we make it incredibly hard or anything like that. I think it's probably the most laid back society or organization there is, and I think, we're going to keep it that way. Yeah. But because it really is, it's up to you how deep you're going to swim. You like I said, you can be full bore. You could be doing shit every day. It's all about what kind of time and resources you have to do anything. I run into it all the time. I get called or text or emailed every day. I want you here. I want you here. I want you here. I'm like, 24 hours in a day, 7 days in a week, motherfucker. And I got a pocketbook that ain't that deep.
Right.
We all got bills and got to take time off, So
Trust me, I would love to do a lot of those.
Yeah. If I could, if I could be at every event, I would, man. I would, so I do what I can, And
just waiting for a publisher's clearinghouse to knock on the door.
Yeah, right.
Something.
That's it, man. Something. Yeah. I keep investing in lottery tickets, but it's just not working out,
it's
man.
Not a great investment at all.
Right? Shit, man. No, it's it's a work in progress. I have ideas of where it should go, and I as you know, we keep adding to the helm council, the people who help steer this thing, because it shouldn't, we need multiple sources and some fresh looks and stuff like that. You know, I love the fact that we have some younger blood who's embraced this, like Colin Gordon. You know, kid's 18 years old and loves and embraces this. You know, and that's the next generation. That's the kind of thing we need to get in. This we can't just have all us, you know, 40 somethings. We got to get the next generation pumped and going. You know, so they play it on. You know, I don't care if a single person knows my name in 100 years or in 200 years or 300 years into the eons. But I hope there's fucking pirates all over the goddamn world way after I'm gone, man. You know, and embracing the philosophies and really, you know, keeping it simple and enjoying life.
Yeah, that's what we definitely we do a lot of that. That's for sure.
Yeah, because I mean, we obviously can't take anything material with us when we pass away. Maybe we can take our memories. So let's make some fucking good ones. You know. Okay.
We've been working on those for a while.
Right. Well, me and you, shit, dude. We've been going full retard 15 fucking years now, right? Look.
I think has it only been 15? It has been 15. Shit.
Yeah, 2002, 2003. So, yeah, man. It's,
I think, I don't even know how long we've been talking. You got
1 hour and 6 minutes, which actually the first 6 was probably just sound and all that bullshit. So
I don't know. I think we covered a lot. And again, I mean, we're obviously, you and I are going to do a lot of these.
Yeah, for sure.
It's not just going to be touching base on us personally, but we'll definitely feed some info to everybody. But
hopefully I didn't bounce around too much. I know I was all over the place there. So,
that's how it works.
Yeah, that's how my fucking brain works. That's the problem.
No, but I mean, honestly, you and I sat down quite a bit. We've had a lot of talks like this, but we don't get a lot of it on tape.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think it's unfortunate for a lot of people.
Now it's on the record.
I think it's unfortunate for a lot of people not to hear it. There's been times where I've tried to record us talking and just set my phone down and try and get it, but you know, sound's not good. But whatever. There's a lot of things that you and I bounce off of each other, intoxicated.
Yeah, if people have an idea, the passion that we have for this, and the truly pure purpose behind it, and hopefully they can embrace that and understand it. If anything, if it's not for you, that's fine. But don't. I brought this up I think it was the last podcast I did. Just because you're into something, like you could love, hey team, this is your team, great. Doesn't mean you have to shit on something else.
Right.
Your thing could be great. Like I love this. I don't shit on anybody else's shit. Exactly. I love being a pirate. I love the MDP. If you love hot wax on your asshole, I don't care. Fucking good for you, man. It's like, like the guys who get wrapped around the axle with their cars or trucks or, oh, that's not a Harley. So
I don't care.
Yeah, I got a Suzuki on the way, motherfuckers, right now. So right,
I was looking for a Honda before I got mine.
Yeah, so. Right. Yeah. I have to stick with Harleys because I was fucking dumb and branded the shit on me when I was 19 years old, right?
I think I avoided that for just such a reason. I was like, I don't know, I like a lot of variety in that aspect, but
I will. This is something else I got to say real quick before we get out of here. Something I hate is where people will constantly like bash on Harleys. I mean, you don't have to love them. That's fine. But again, why bash them? They're like, oh, they're antiquated. They don't have the technology. New stuff is much lighter, faster. Faster and lighter doesn't always mean better.
Right.
And if I could say anything for a Harley, and there's probably very few other motorcycles on the planet that I could say this about, is it has what I would say is je ne sais quoi. You can't put it into words, but it's there. They came up with that V-twin air-cooled power plant almost 100 years ago now, and it's still working. There's something about that build, that design, which no, it is not the most efficient design, but there's something. It's like rolling art. It's
definitely the foundation for a lot of motorcycle manufacturers.
And I mean, one of the things I figured out that causes it is because it's like the world's most expensive vibrator for girls. That's a fact. Let's go home.
Already on top of that.
Yeah, right.
It's an awesome machine.
Yeah.
I think we already touched base. So I don't know if it was my interview or not, or probably just talk. I don't know, but just the nostalgia of that bike and what it's. I mean, if anybody saw, I don't know if you saw it either. Just the Harley Davidson brothers. They had like 3 episodes.
Still haven't gotten to watch it.
Oh man, it's actually really good. Yeah. It's really good. It gives you a whole outlook on how it went. Obviously, it's a Harley funded movie, so it's not definitely correct.
They can afford it.
It's definitely it's definitely a good movie to
We
watch.
both know what they charge for parts. They can afford it.
I know. Yeah. I know a lot about that.
All right. We're going to sign off. MDP for life. Suck it.
Suck it, nerds.
Thank you, brother. Oh, that was neat.
Sorry. Hey, I hit it this time.
Hey.
Love you, man.
We'll edit it all out. Yeah. Peace, fuckers. Till next time.
Howdy. Howdy 5.
Maybe not.
Woohoo! Don't blow your knee out this
Yeah.
move in your chair.
Right? Jesus.